back to the Princess K podcast show. Your host, Princess Kingsman. I am sorry again, I have been out of the public eye for a bit, and that's because I've had quite a few things to sort out in the background. But we are back for a fresh topic, okay? And the topic today that we will be discussing is manipulation, okay? How people manipulate each other and how we get manipulated every time, everywhere. Majority of people get manipulated, okay? Majority of people. And we have it, it's everywhere, in a workplace, in friendship, relationship, it's everywhere. Even I myself, I have been manipulated before. Before I started awakening and then studying about manipulation and seeing what the effects it has on other human beings as well. Okay, so the definition of manipulation is means that when you're pressuring others, okay, sometimes in a sneaky way to get what you want, okay, and the person doing the manipulation, called the manipulator, seeks to be in control. Okay. They're usually very good at reading people's emotions and weaknesses, and then they're using it against them. Okay. Um, and they use this as a skill, and they pick up on the weaknesses of, you know, another person, and they take advantage of you. Okay, the end goal of manipulation is to gain personal or professional power over someone. Okay, to gain power in some control over their mind, their thoughts, what they do, what they eat. It could be anything. Okay, um, including how they act as well. Okay, manipulation can be in any type of relationship, from the workplace to your family. Okay, although it's most common in close relationships, it includes any attempt to sway your emotions to try to get you to act or feel a certain way. Okay, I have been manipulated my whole life. I grew up in the midst of manipulation, in the midst of a manipulative family. Okay, I cannot stress this enough that it just it takes a toll on your mental health, I would say. And people that manipulate another, they don't realize that this is the effect it has, because they're the one perpetrating this manipulation. They're the one perpetrating this pain onto another, pretending to be something that they're not, and trying to convince them otherwise about something. And that is quite, it's detrimental if you are not completely in the zone to like calm down and try and figure out why this person manipulated you, and the tactics that this person would usually use. Manipulators have patterns. They have patterns, and the patterns never change. Okay, so it's the patterns you need to look for. When you find that pattern, then you will know what I'm talking about. And it's the little things that you don't pay attention to. Okay, so take it from somebody who grew up around manipulation. Anybody can fall for it. Anybody can fall for it. Literally anybody. Okay, sorry, I keep putting my hands up. I feel hot. It's very hot today. So, okay, so common manipulative behaviors are, okay, manipulators have common tricks that they use, okay, so that you're more likely to give in to their requests. Okay, this is what I mean by patterns. They have patterns that they use so that you're likely to give into whatever they want you to give into. Okay, and okay, a few common examples including they try to make you feel guilty. Okay, this is a big one. And I'm sure sometime in all our lives, we have all, you know, been in that situation where somebody tries to make you feel guilty, even though deep down you know you feel guilty, but deep down you know you shouldn't feel guilty, but you do. Okay, and this is what this manipulators do. Okay, a manipulator can skew or find any situation to make themselves the victim. Okay, if you're accusing them of something, they're gonna try and find a way to make it look like it's your fault, to turn it around and make themselves feel guilty, like, oh no, it's not me, I could never do such a thing, I could. Yeah. So people, manipulators, make themselves the victim, as if they're the ones that, that have been manipulated, whereas they're the manipulators. Okay. Or um or they might remind you of times that they've helped you out, making it seem like you owe them. So manipulators try to make you feel like they are entitled to your energy, entitled to you. They try to remind you and put you in your place, put you below them to make themselves feel better, or make you feel small in a way, to remind you why you're small and to stay small. And this is what manipulators do. And they do it in so much tricky ways, okay? Um, and they also encourage you to doubt yourself and what you're doing. They encourage you to doubt who you are, because it gives them a doorway to do whatever they want to do, okay? And play mind games with you. This is what manipulators do. They do mind games too, as well. Um, so, yeah, they try to get you to doubt yourself. Okay, if you're repeatedly told that you can't do something or don't understand, right, you may start to believe it. Okay, it's like a programming. Okay, and manipulators often use this technique to get you to stop doing something. Because when they keep repeating and telling you, oh, this is not good, this is not going to work, this is not how this goes, what you're doing is not good. Like, for example, before I found out about, my family and my mom and what she was doing, and those that have been following my story, but if you haven't, then you should go to YouTube. There is a full video there about all my stories. And I remember that she would, I've been doing this talk show for 9 years now. Okay, I've been doing this talk show 9 years now. And the very first year that I started doing it, you know, she would say things like, oh, maybe you should stop, talking about relationships and marriages and stuff. Maybe you should just talk about health. And I'm like, well, what do I know about health that I want to talk about? And that discouraged me for a few weeks, a few months. She twisted it and made it seem like, oh, because I'm talking about relationship, and maybe I'm not called to do it, and maybe I'm getting attacked, or it's just all this barbaric thinking and mindset. And she put me off for a few weeks. I didn't record. What did I say? A few weeks, even a few months. I didn't record, I didn't do anything, because I just gave up. I was like, well, I'm not going viral, nothing is happening, and I'm just here. So maybe I should just give up, just like she said. And that's exactly what I did. But the guys that walk with me, that I work with, and my spirit team, my spirit was like, no, that's your purpose. You got to continue doing it. Don't let it discourage you. And I didn't know that it was all from a place of jealousy and envy. I thought, it was a place of, caring for one's child and loving one's child, but she has no atom of love in her heart for me, okay? And this was what you call manipulators, trying to get you to discourage, doubt yourself, doubt what you're doing, and, discourage you, okay? And this is their tactics, and this is what they do, okay? I've fallen for it many times, and anybody can fall for it. We're all human beings, we all want to be kind, and respectful to some people, and sometimes, because we want them to love us, or want them to accept us, then we start to listen to the things that they said, instead of listening to what our own spirit intuition is saying about ourselves, and to love ourselves as well, okay? So I'm gonna leave it there for today, okay? There's gonna be a part two of it because it's really long. I did a lot of research, so it's really long. So I've already pushed over my time limit. So I will come back and do the part two of manipulation. And yeah, love you always. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, okay? By pressing the bell, and you get notified every time I post, okay? I love you always. God bless.